Hello, my name is Michael Price. I'm a recruiter and I'm here to talk to you about a marketing role with a nearshore software development company, and we'll explain more about what that is and what this role is. The company is a 500-person company. They've recently had new investment from a venture capitalist, and they are looking at the next phase of growth for their business. So I'm going to tell you what nearshore software development is. It's not a Wikipedia entry, but hopefully it will explain it. Most companies in the world have technology, full stop, and they use software and stuff in their technology stack to communicate internally, externally, whatever. What often happens is that at some point that organisation will need to do something with that software, and they will need to do development, software development around their existing solution that they're using. They have two choices. Number one, they can go out and hire a load of software developers. They can train them. The software developers do the project, and then they can get rid of the software developers. That's a bad strategy because it takes you ages to hire the software devs. Then once you finish the project, then you've got to get rid of the software devs. Another option, which is much more common, and most people don't realise this actually, but it's a much more common thing that companies do, is they will go and use a software development company's resource. So my client have 500 developers. Those developers are all skilled in different kinds of technologies. You would use them to do the work you needed to do. You would pay them an invoice for doing the work that you needed them to do, and then the project's finished. That essentially is nearshore software development. There is also offshore, where the software developers might be based anywhere in the world, like India or the Philippines. There is also onshore software development, where the software developers will be based in the UK. This is nearshore, so the software developers are based in Eastern Europe. Now, actually, as part of that, the mobility of labour of software developers is quite high. And what those software developers want to do is work on projects that are around cool technology. So currently the real cool stuff is anything mobile-based, anything automation-based, and actually, in fairness, anything Microsoft-based. So my client goes out and tries to win cool projects. So therefore, they've got the right software development team to deliver the projects, and it's easier for them to retain their software developers because the software developers are working on cool projects. They're very strong in high-tech environments. So I'll give you 3 examples, none of which are clients, but they're good examples of what this client works with. So Spotify, is that a music streaming service or is it a technology company? Uber, is that a taxi service or is it a technology company? Deliveroo, is that a takeaway business or is it a technology company? I would say in all 3 instances they are technology companies who feed a particular part of the market. They would be good examples of the kind of clients that my client, this company that's hiring, will try and work with. This is a role which is head of marketing. I think within the marketing roles, they can be split into 2 types of function. One side of marketing is automation software to deal with outbound leads, to deal with data capture, to deal with quite technical SEO stuff. The other side is more creative, so to deal with the brand, the sales support materials that salespeople will use to sell, and the creative side of how that company looks and how it is perceived to people that are looking at it. This is the creative side. So this is focusing on the creative side, and they're a growing business. There's a lot happening here. So they want somebody who can be creative in the ideas that they bring to the company. What they're looking for, their requirement, from a technology perspective, if you work for a technology company, they don't really care what kind of technology your current employer sells. From a vertical perspective, they don't really care to whom your current employer sells. The bit that is important is that you have a solid track record in marketing and you sit on that creative side of the fence. Package is around 75k. It might differ a little bit depending on where you're currently at. And I always try and think to myself, where will somebody end up if they join this company? Where will you be in the future? I think on day one, this is a very good job. But given the way that this company is growing, I think whoever takes this job 3 or 4 years down the line, you will have grown a lot with the company and you'll have more responsibility, or you'll just have widened your skill set and have more appeal to the general market. My name is Michael Price. My email address is on the screen. I have a colleague called Joe. I tend to handle the client relationship, and Joe does a lot of the candidate outsource and candidate researching. She and I work together as a team. It may be that you've heard from Joe or me. It really doesn't make any difference at all. Thank you for listening. We'll hopefully hear from you soon.